Abby, and we just had lunch, and we were chatting about how there is a Honda project that she's been working on, and she's going to talk about how the Individualized Instruction program that we both worked for had some takeaways for this project that moved from the academic sector to the corporate sector.
Yep. Okay. So I work with the Honda Project at OSU. We teach ESL to all the Japanese associates of Honda. Previously, I ran the Individualized Instruction Center, and kind of the way that we do things in II was sort of the model for what we do at Honda. Basically, we have a set number of lessons, so we have online content that our learners all use, and then after they've completed that, then we do an interview, a one-on-one interview online. So everything's digital. We don't ever actually meet with anybody in person, which has its own challenges. But by having that set up that way, they have all the content. So it's sort of the flipped classroom concept. So they do all the stuff at home, and then when they meet with us, we sort of do applications of the stuff that they have learned. And
so what are some of the aspects of the Individualized Instruction program that are going on in this Honda project? Like variable pacing is one of them.
Yep,
right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's they choose their own pace. It's totally up to them. So they can do, if they want to take 2 years to finish one level, they can do that. Or we have some really motivated learners who have basically finished in about 6 months. So it definitely varies, and they're all working professionals. They all work full time. So they really appreciate having that flexibility. Also, because we don't have to be there in person, they can schedule any number, sessions at any time of day to meet with us, and so that flexibility has also been very popular. A lot of them will meet with us actually over their lunch break as well.
And this is for like English for as a second language,
right,
correct?
Right.
And what are some of the focuses of this project as far as skills that they're going to be learning in the project?
Yeah, so the ultimate goal is for them to all be better speakers, basically be able to better communicate with their American, Canadian, or Mexican coworkers in English. So English is becoming their sort of language, their business language. So the goal ultimately is for them to be better at speaking and better at listening. So the reading and writing skills are maybe somewhat less important, but it's really the speaking and listening.
And you said while we were talking that each part is divided up into two separate parts, one dealing with work application, another dealing with life application, right? What are the things that they're learning about life as far as language learning?
Just some of the basic skills. So, how to, when you're going shopping, what language do you use? When you're ordering food, when you talking about your apartment, if you need to get something fixed, what do you say to the maintenance crew when you need something like that? So those sorts of daily life kinds of conversations, that sort of content is what that focuses on.
And the Center of Operations for Honda is going to be moving here
Yep.
to Ohio,
It is.
and so this is a big initiative that's going to be going. It's ongoing,
Right.
So
Yep.
and where are your students when they connect in? Where in the world? If you
Where in
could
the world? Yeah. So we have currently we have students in Canada, the U.S., and Mexico. I personally have met with students in Mexico and the United States, and it's throughout the United States. So I have people in Alabama, North Carolina, Georgia. It's absolutely all over. So.
Okay, and then as far as the lessons go, how is that set up? Like if you were to go to a class, it's not really a class in individualized instruction, so could you explain what the different activities they are doing, the different interactions, where they go out and connect with the content, for example?
Right. So we actually use the LMS that OSU has, and we're going to be switching LMSs unfortunately very soon. But currently the way we have it set up is that they use essentially Adobe Connect to meet with us. We do an intake interview with them, and then they go into the LMS and they use, we've posted content on there that we actually created in Articulate Storyline. So they're interactive lessons, so they can do their listening practice, all of the cultural practices they do, accessing the content is through that. Then we also use MSU's Clear, their RIAs. We use their speaking, we call it the speaking practice, but it's actually their conversations widget that we actually embed into our website. We also have a blog that they can check up on. It's at the same site.
And you used to do live lectures, which you're discontinuing just because. Explain like what that format was, and then why you moved from that to more of the individualized instruction aspect.
Yeah, we did in the beginning. We were building the plane as we were flying. We were basically told, "Here, make the content, now teach it." We didn't even have any time to get anything put together. So initially, as we were developing the content, we did do live lectures twice a week, an hour each, and we would use Carmen Connect or Adobe Connect. But the issue was I couldn't see or hear any of the learners, but they could see me and hear me. So it was a little unnatural. So I would usually say, "All right, repeat after me. Hello." Great. I couldn't actually hear them. So I tried to make it as interactive as possible. But
And what are some of the aspects of that interaction that you mentioned polling, right?
Right. So I would put a poll in there where they could actually respond, and I would set it so they couldn't see each other's responses, so it was anonymous, and would actually have them answer, to keep them engaged. So I would every couple of minutes I would have some sort of question or poll to keep them interested, and we would record those and then post them online for people who couldn't attend during that time. But because they all have very different schedules, they're trying to meet up with other people, other associates in Japan. So it was too hard to have just a set lecture time, which is again why the individualized instruction model works a lot better for us. So we've moved away from that, and now we have more of these one-on-one sessions, and that seems to be working very well.